When it comes to uploading and managing all the parent pages, there are quite a few of them. I believe this year we have somewhere around 120 or something like that, maybe 130, which is higher than we had last year. So it's important that we manage kind of the workflow and all that. So the way these announcements will be made is if you stop by the Google Classroom for the business uh, department of the yearbook, what you'll find is you'll find an announcement. So in this case, I posted an announcement as an example on January 7th. We need 24 pages. So in order to do that, that lets you guys know 24 pages need to be done. What you guys would do is if you wanted to complete some pages, is you'd go to the folder that's been shared with you. It's titled Parent Pages 2015-16. And within that folder, you'll see 3 individual folders. It's all the full page ads, all the half page ads, and all the completed pages. Right now, there's nothing in the completed pages because we haven't finished any. The full page ads have been categorized. These are all the full page ads we currently have. Within each file will be the file to be included. We also have the half page ads. So we sell 2 ads, the full page version or the half page. In a case like this one has not been completed by the parent, so we would have to go back and do that ourselves. Here's an example of one that has been completed. So ones that have been completed are significantly easier. We're going to try and hit those first, and then we'll spend more time a little later on in the year constructing the ones that need more time. So what you'll do is when you come to, when you see the announcement, you realize 24 pages need to be posted. Hopefully there's quite a number of us that are willing to pitch in and give some time, but we need to get 24 pages done. So all you'd have to do is if you had the time, let's say we want to do a full page. So I'll choose this one. Like I said, this one has 1 file. It's already in there. So the important thing to do is take a look at it first. This is in a JPEG file, so we're fine. If it wasn't a JPEG file, we'd have to convert that. It has to be JPEG in order to upload it to the yearbook. There's some other issues we may run into, but I'll talk about that in other videos. For right now, this one is already a JPEG. The important thing is when it opens up, you should download it. So if you download it to your computer, then you should be able to open it. Looks like it's fine. I don't see any major errors. And you can save that somewhere where you have access to it. I've already done that. I've saved it to my desktop. Once you have that saved and you're ready to upload the file, you have to go to the Friesen's website, and there's a bunch of different options, but you're going to choose Build It, and then from Build It, you're going to make sure Pages is selected. That is the default, but make sure Pages is selected, and what you'll see is the yearbook itself. You can see at this point, we don't have anything on these pages. Some pages in the middle have been completed, and so on and so forth. Now, the parent page ads are all the way at the bottom. They're going to be, we're going to end around 321. We like to leave 3 pages or so for autographs, but we're going to start with 321 and then work our way backwards. This way the editorial team and the business team can coordinate and figure out where exactly the parent ads will begin and the editorial content will end. So we're going to start down here. So in this case, I'm going to choose this page, and when I do that, I believe I already have it open. But what you'll get is you will see this image here. Pages 320 to 321. This is obviously 320, and this is 321. Now we have to figure out how to get that file uploaded. So make sure Photos is selected on this side. And what we're going to do is we are going to find Parent Pages. Now in this case, I've already uploaded that file, but in order to show you how, you make sure Parent Pages is selected, and we're going to upload a file. When you click Upload File, in this case, Parent Pages is the default. It might be something else. These are all the different categories that are used in the yearbook. We're only concerned with Parent Pages. So once that's chosen, it tells me I only have 1 photo in this library. Now I need to browse my files. On the desktop, here's where I have that file saved. I would hit Open, and once that opens, I would start the upload. In general, the file you're uploading should be either thousands of kilobytes or a few megabytes. Every now and then you'll see something that's like maybe 10 kilobytes, 100 kilobytes. If it's a very small file type like that, we're going to run into an issue, so you're going to have to fix that. But just to double check, this should be either in the like maybe 2, 3, 4,000 kilobytes, or it should be like 3 to 5, 7, maybe even more in terms of megabytes. So once that's done, I can go back here, and I should have 2 now. They're the same file, but I have 2. So I'm going to take the file that I've just uploaded. I'm going to hit Place Image. That will automatically upload this file. Now you can immediately see that we have a problem here. This pink space is the only space that we have to insert this image. Everything else is going to be a border. So if I try and place this here, you can see it's bigger than that pink box, and anything above that is going to be cut off. So they can't guarantee that any of this will be on the page. So we just have to grab these corner squares, and we just need to adjust this a little bit so that it fits within the pink box. If you use the arrow keys on your keyboard, you can usually kind of fine tune it. Now I'm still running into a problem down here because it's a little bit too large. If that's the case, and this is kind of the dumbest way to crop, but this is unfortunately how the program works. You'll click crop and you get this like orange box. So if I kind of try and move that down, it resizes the whole image. So we're not going to do that. I don't know why they've designed it this way, but what we'll do is I'll slowly move it up a little bit. And you'll notice there's some space up here or some space down here. That's the space that's going to cut off. So if I click outside of that, it should have adjusted that, and now it should fit a little bit better. If I size that up, it seems just about right. Now the last thing we do on each of these is we click this little square button up here because we want to place a border. It gives me the square cursor, I click anywhere, and the only thing that I have to do is I have to select stroke and make it 8 point. By doing that, I get that border. And then the width always needs to be, it's kind of a weird number, but you're going to have to remember 8.32 by 11. And if I do that, this should fit perfectly. So now all I have to do is kind of move it around until we line it up. It takes a little bit of playing around with. But if I click away from that, I now have the image inserted. I have that border. It does make for kind of crisper edges and a better parent ad. So now once I've done that, I'm done with this. That's all that's involved in uploading it. So if you get good quality files that don't need to be adjusted, you could upload quite a few of these in a fairly short amount of time. Now I'm done with this one for now, so I'll click Save. As long as the software doesn't crash, it should have saved. So now what I would do, I'll come back to the yearbook page where the announcement was made, and I'm going to click Add Class Comment. So what you do is I would ask, I believe your name shows up, but you're going to include your name. So in this case, I uploaded this file. And then in brackets, I'm just going to put how many pages I've done. So I've done 1 page right now. And then beneath that, I'm going to put the page number. So I believe it was page 320. Okay, so 320. So page 320. And then I'm going to put the student's name. In this case, I know it was Alessia. And just so we're aware, I'm going to put full in parentheses. And then I'm going to hit post. And for some reason, it's not loading. I'm not sure why that's happening, but this will normally post, and I'll have this entire thread of what's been done. So it allows me to kind of come through, see how many pages are done. I'll make adjustments to the pages that need to be done accordingly, and we have an entire index of the page numbers, the students that are on those pages, as well as whether it takes up the whole page or only half a page. The last thing that I would ask each of you do, after I've done this, I know this one is completed, so there's no need for any of you to do this. So if I hold down Control and click on that file, I can click Move To, and I'm going to move it to what's known as completed pages. So if I hit Move, you'll notice that one's gone. There's no way some other student or myself will come in and make a second page for the same student, and that's now taken care of. So as you can see, the page is now uploaded. It's incorporated into the yearbook. I'm now aware that we had 1 page done, and we're starting to index where all of these students' files are located. We always like to let the student know at the end of the year what page it's on when we hand the yearbook back, so that they can know exactly where their file will be located. It's kind of a nice little conveniency thing that we do for them. So that's the general idea of how to upload, and more importantly, please make sure you follow this process. Detailing what was done and what pages they're on is probably the most important part of this. This way we don't have duplicates, we don't have issues with omitting students, and things like that. So if you have any questions, let me know, but this is the most important video. This is the general process of how they go from the Google Drive folder that they're currently in to being incorporated into the yearbook.